Going on to you Sagittarius out here. So you have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and then you have the Two of Wands right here for you Sagittarius, right, or Sagittarius. So a lot of you Sagittarius very much so are in a situation where for you, you just want somebody, just want one person, okay? But you don't want the person to try to control you and none of that goofy stuff. Too many people out here trying to control other people. Very interesting. The Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands. You want someone, you just want one person, you know? Too many people out here trying to control other people. We'll get to that. The Six of Pentacles, right? Control. You want it to be reciprocal, but you don't want the person to have the mentality of, because I'm paying for everything, you have to listen to me. This is what I mean when this is why I say that 50-50 relationships work. And that only 50-50 relationships work. And some people can disagree, but again, I can show and prove that only 50, because let's show and prove that, right? It's not hard to show and prove that 50-50 relationships are the only types that work. People will say things like, oh, and I'm not bashing them. I'm not bashing them whatsoever. This is me proving what it is that I'm saying. That only 50-50 relationships work. People will only talk about 50-50 relationships from the perspective of finances. And when I say 50-50, that's not what I'm talking about. Yes, finances do come into play. But when I am saying 50-50 and what 50-50 is about is whatever it is that you can give to your capacity, your specific situation. That's what it is that you offer up. So if a person is a millionaire, right, and you happen to make $50,000 a year, right, on your own yearly salary, independent from anybody else, just you, and the other person is a millionaire, right, and you decide that you want to pay half the rent and they pay half the rent, that's 50-50. Or maybe not even, probably going to be living in a house, but you want to pay some of the bills as a person who makes $50,000 a year, that's 50-50. Because it's not about the finances. It's about being an active member in your own relationship. It has nothing to do with finances. Does the finances come into it? Yeah, but if it doesn't matter if a person is rich and they're paying all the bills and a person is like they don't ever want to pay bills even though they're making money. That's not 50-50. Therefore, the relationship is still parasitic, even with a person who has millions of dollars in the bank. Why? Because the person is not lifting a pinky finger to even say, hey, I got you. I'll cook dinner. I'll create my usefulness in other ways. Okay. You're big draws. Okay. You got millions, billions, how much dollars in assets? Okay. I will figure out other ways to be useful, valuable. I'll figure out other ways to bring value to the table. I don't want to be valueless. I don't want to be useless. That's 50-50. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I got a lot of stuff going on around me today. There's a lot of activity going on. Good stuff, but a lot of activity going on around me nonetheless. And I need to pay attention to everything that's going on in my surroundings. I'm waiting for some people to come over to fix a couple of appliances, stuff like this. Of course, I'm going to ask them questions to learn a little bit more about that so I can learn to do it myself. But the point that I'm trying to make here is Got a lot of stuff going on, Sagittarius. Please bear with me, okay? So anyway, so that's the point that I'm trying to make. And when you are out here in a situation where it's like a person is paying for everything, they kind of do get to boss you around, because it's like, I'm the one that's paying for everything. If you don't like that I get to boss you around a little bit, I'm just going to go take myself and my finances and I'm going to go somewhere else with it. Like, I ain't got to have you around, right? And a lot of people don't want to get into that. It's like, oh, no, I'm still going. It's like, but the person's paying for everything. No. Person's paying for everything. That's not how things work. You're not going to give the person right, the finger, and the person is paying for everything. That's ungratefulness. And at that point, you've broken the trust. The person can say, okay, fine, it is what it is. The Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Empress right here represents how you, Sagittarius, and then there's a whole lot of essentially breaking up, because both parties want to have their own level of autonomy, right? Both parties want to have their own level of autonomy. This is why I'm not an advocate for the stay-at-home type stuff. No, because nobody wants to be in a situation where they have to ask their significant other for some money to basically do their own shopping of things that they specifically want. Everybody want to be an adult. Everybody want to be able to actually, if they want to go out and buy something, of course, within their own budget, and they're not just wilding out. Everybody want to go and buy stuff. How you end up going about doing that in the first place is by both people having to have income coming in. This is why it is that I say the 50-50 is the only kind of relationship that works. Because a person has to reel themselves back in and be okay with the fact you're going to have to ask your significant other for some money. You're going to kind of have to ask them for an allowance a little bit if you're trying to do the whole house thing. Right? So the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Empress right here for you, Sagittarius, speaks to how a lot of you very much so are in a very powerful position, because you don't have any crushes. You're not crushing on anybody, and you're not going to ever again, which puts you in a very powerful position, because you can pay attention to the value that other people are bringing to the table and not just what it is that you think that they are. And the Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords, there's some people trying to come back in, very much so, trying to appease to you and essentially get on your good side. Yes. What about Panda Express?
I tell you on 14th Street.
Okay, all right. Did you get it yet?
What?
Get the painting? Did you get the painting?
No, I ain't see Anthony.
Okay.
I don't know even see him come today.
All right.
I look sure out here, he's in dust.
All right. Hold on. I'm doing a video. Hold on.
Come.
Yeah. So anyway, so as it is, I was saying that you have some people here that want to get on, that want to basically get back in touch with you and apologize and everything like that. And the reason why is that they want to apologize is the fact that you, Sagittarius, have been so cool, calm, and collected. And that you, Sagittarius, have been taking out your disappointment and frustration with how people date and the lack of sincerity that other people have in a way that is functional. Now, obviously, you're not taking that out in front of them, of course, right? But I'm saying, like, you're being calm, cool, like you're not trying to you're not trying to convince a person why it is that they should date you or any of that type of stuff. So that's pretty much it, though. Hold on. let's clarify the Six of Cups. Shuffle up some of these cards. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, right? The Ten of Wands, the King of Cups, and then you have the Chariot for you, Sagittarius, to clarify the Six of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Wands speaks to how a lot of you very much so are, they played themselves. And they didn't think that you, Sagittarius, would have been so calm, cool, collected, and honestly willing to a certain extent to accept rejection, right? You know, part of what really gets people caught up in the games is to keep them caught up with chasing validation, right? Needing to prove that everybody wants them. When the thing is that the King of Cups and the Chariot represents, that's not really true at all. You, Sagittarius, can take no for an answer. They can't. And if you, Sagittarius, would ever get back together with them, they would show you just how dysfunctional they are. You would see it up close. So you, Sagittarius, if you ask me, you're in a very powerful position because now they're begging you for your forgiveness. Give them their forgiveness, but don't get back together with them. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace. Have a good one.